how to use LangGuru app. I've been using it for a while for a number of languages. You can tell that mostly I've been studying Turkish, and you can see my number of points break down by language. And okay, let's look at my Turkish, because that's what I've been doing for a while. So when we get to the open this page, these are my points for Turkish, and now they're broken by the type of studies that I've been doing. And what are some of the things I could do? We could look at explore phrases.
Şunu duyuyor musun?
This is a flow that just offers basic, very conversational, important phrases. And they're structured in a very specific way. So for each phrase that comes up, you see other phrases that have similar structure, right? And they're all useful. And any one of these can be added to your new study set. The study set is your fundamental unit of studying. You collect 12 phrases that you get to organize according to the principle that you like, and then you study them using different games. So let's see. So we could just
Düşün bunu.
we could go look at the next phrase, and then see you have other phrases that are similar. We could add this one also to our study set, or
Çıkar şunu.
any of these additional phrases that show up below that have the same structure, right? And then we can let's look at this verb çıkar.
Çıkar.
Right? We can click on that verb or any other, or we could click on the pronoun as well. But yeah, we could click on this verb, and then we see other examples of that verb usage in that particular form, çıkar, right? But because Turkish is a morphologically rich language, we also can see other examples in other morphological forms of that same verb. And they're organized according to their frequency in a very large conversational corpus that this is based on. So these are natural examples, and they're presented in the order that you're likely to encounter if you were in, talking to native speakers in a natural environment. So this is our study set, right? So I started creating a study set, but in the past I've created lots of them, and you could see they're color coded according to how recently I've practiced them. So let's look at something, I don't know, let's look at this one. This is a study set, these are all the phrases in it, and we could click on this and we could play a game that we could play a game that to match these
Kahkahalarla gülerdik.
with their translations, right? And then it's actually times you when you play the game, and then you could see the stats of your previous plays here. And you can also do like a hands-free exercise.
I can't resist that desire.
So I'm given some time to think about.
Bu arzuya direnemem.
See, I couldn't remember that.
Bu arzuya direnemem. Bu arzuya direnemem.
This is something you can do in the car.
But some will resist.
Bazı direniş something.
Ama bazıları direnecek.
Direnecek. Okay.
Ama
That's another form of activity. That's very cool. And there's a mystery mix. So this will just draw randomly 12 cards out of your many study sets, however many you have. You will have some, hopefully. And then you could just practice like that. Reading is very cool. These are just some text or something. Direnecek. Or you could just put any type of word.
direnecek.
And it will show you examples of that. Yeah, you could put like lyrics for a song, for example, and then select words in that song that you don't know, and create a whole study set out of examples that are based on the lyrics of the song that you like. So that's another kind of cool thing to do. And here is our dictionary. It's organized by part of speech. And within each part of speech, let's go to verbs. It's organized by frequency. And you know how sometimes you see like top 10 verbs or top 100 verbs. Here we have thousands and thousands. It goes quite deep. And for each one of them, like, I don't know, where are we? Okay, vomit, that's not very good. Okay.
Odaklan.
Okay, focus, that's important. Always important. See, and there are examples for this. So
Sadece odaklandım.
you could draw from this to continue building your study set. So you can keep building your study set across all these different activities. What else? You know, you could look at nouns and adjectives and all that stuff. And they're also organized exploring the same, you know, organized according to the same principles. Okay, another cool thing I wanted to show you. So for Turkish it doesn't make sense, but here's Farsi that I've been also trying to learn. And in my study sets there's an additional activity, which is learning to read. So here we have this activity where you click on the audio.
من آدم منصفی هستم.
Okay, I just started this. No, I'm wrong. Okay.
من آدم منصفی هستم.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, so you get to match these, and you could hide the translations. So this is literally just learning to read.
صبح بخیر عزیزم.
Okay, good. Or you could show translations, so you're learning to read, but also learning the phrases. Or you can only show translations if you don't want to learn to read because it's too intimidating. And some people choose to do that initially for languages that have complicated writing, like you could do it for Chinese, for example. And then once you're more comfortable with the phrases and language, then you could maybe venture into reading and writing. So this is a very interesting activity that can be, you know, that could match where you are. Actually, this is just learning how to read without the translations is good for people who are maybe heritage speakers, so they already have some basis in the language, but they don't know how to read. So maybe this hiding the translations is actually good for them, so that they don't have to cheat because they actually would know.
صبح بخیر خانما.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. There's a lot more